Sister Wives star Christine sheds light on her fallout with Meri. Sister Wives fans are once again buzzing, and this time, it's all about Christine Brown opening up in a way that pulls the curtain back on her personal fallout with the Browns. For years, the TLC reality show has shown us glimpses of drama, but Christine's latest revelations go far deeper. She isn't just talking about the family dynamic in passing, she's sharing details that fans have long speculated about but never fully heard until now. Christine Brown's journey on Sister Wives has always been layered. As the third wife of Kody Brown, she spent decades in a plural marriage that was constantly under the microscope. From the outside, many thought Christine's bubbly personality kept her afloat in tough times, but now, Christine admits that much of what fans saw was her putting on a brave face while dealing with private pain. Her fallout wasn't just with Kody, although that relationship was a central part of it. Christine is also peeling back the truth about her complicated dynamic with Robyn, Janelle, and Meri. For years, fans watched tension simmer beneath the surface, but Christine now says it reached a breaking point where she had to step away completely. One of the biggest bombshells Christine drops is about how she felt consistently sidelined in the family. While Kody often played favorites, particularly with Robyn, Christine reveals that she felt her opinions, feelings, and even her needs as a wife and mother were ignored. She describes moments when her attempts to express herself were brushed off or minimized, leaving her feeling invisible. That, she says, was one of the first cracks that led to the fallout. Christine goes on to explain how she began realizing the emotional toll this neglect was taking on her. She recalls moments where she felt like she was raising her kids alone, while simultaneously watching Kody dedicate his energy and affection to Robyn and her children. Fans have long speculated that favoritism was at the core of the Brown family drama, and Christine's words seem to confirm that suspicion. But Christine's fallout wasn't just about Kody choosing Robyn over her. It was about the other sister wives too. Christine admits that while she shared close moments with Janelle, her relationship with Meri had been strained for years. According to Christine, Meri often came across as cold and dismissive, which made Christine feel alienated in a household that was supposed to represent unity. Though she doesn't blame Meri entirely, she acknowledges that the lack of support from her didn't help when she was already feeling left out by Kody. Robyn, however, is where Christine's story takes the sharpest turn. Christine says that when Robyn entered the family, the dynamic shifted completely. Kody's attention was almost immediately consumed by Robyn, and while Christine tried to be supportive at first, she quickly noticed a change in how Kody treated her. She describes Robyn as having a level of influence over Kody that no other wife could ever match, and Christine couldn't compete with that. The fallout wasn't explosive at first, but it built over time until Christine realized she couldn't stay in a situation that left her feeling unworthy and unloved. Christine also addresses the emotional breaking point that pushed her to leave. She recalls how Kody told her directly that he was no longer interested in having an intimate marriage with her. That conversation was devastating. For Christine, intimacy wasn't just physical, it was about connection, respect, and validation. To be told outright that her husband didn't want that with her anymore was crushing. From that moment on, she knew the marriage was beyond repair. In her candid reflection, Christine also emphasizes that her decision to walk away wasn't just about her. It was about her children. She says she didn't want her kids growing up in an environment where they saw their mother settling for less than she deserved. She wanted to set an example of strength and self-worth. In her words, "I had to show my daughters that they don't have to stay in a relationship where they're not valued." That powerful motivation became one of the key driving forces behind her leaving. Interestingly, Christine also opens up about how the fallout has changed her relationships with her kids. She admits that while leaving was hard, it has actually strengthened her bond with them. Her children saw her reclaiming her independence, and that, in turn, inspired them. Many fans have noticed how much happier Christine seems in her social media posts since leaving Kody, and Christine confirms that this newfound freedom is real. Fans are also fascinated by how Christine describes her new life away from the plural marriage. She says the relief was almost immediate. No longer burdened by constant competition for Kody's attention, Christine was able to focus on her own happiness and her kids' well-being. She highlights how much peace she has found in simply being able to live authentically, without the constant drama of a fractured family dynamic. Her fallout also led to a surprising new chapter, love. Christine now speaks openly about her relationship with David Woolley, the man she describes as her soulmate. For years, fans watched her struggle in a marriage where she felt unseen, and now Christine beams with joy when she talks about how David treats her. She emphasizes that with him, she finally feels cherished and prioritized, something she never had with Cody. The contrast between her past and present makes her story even more powerful for viewers who have followed her journey from day one. Another key part of Christine's revelations is how she reflects on the role TLC played in her story. She admits that while the cameras captured much of her struggle, there were many behind-the-scenes moments that never made it to air. Christine explains that certain arguments, moments of deep sadness, and even critical conversations were left out, creating a version of events that didn't always show how difficult things really were. By sharing her own side now, Christine feels she's finally reclaiming her narrative. As for her relationship with the other wives today, Christine is clear, things will never be the same. While she maintains a strong friendship with Janelle, she admits that her ties to Meri and Robin are either fractured or non-existent. She no longer feels the need to maintain those connections, especially since she's living her own life on her own terms now. Christine's fallout story has sparked intense reactions online. Many fans see her as the hero of the sister wives saga, the one who finally stood up and said enough is enough. Others argue that her departure was inevitable given Cody's long-standing favoritism toward Robin. Either way, Christine's honesty has only strengthened her connection with viewers who admire her courage. Her words serve as a reminder that even in the world of reality TV, what we see is often just the surface. Behind the scenes, Christine endured years of feeling undervalued before finally breaking free. Now, with her revelations, she's shedding light not only on her personal fallout but also on the deeper issues of love, self-worth, and the importance of walking away when a relationship no longer serves you. Christine Brown's story continues to unfold, but one thing is clear, her fallout may have ended her chapter in the Brown family, but it also opened the door to a brighter, more authentic future. For Christine, that fallout Sister Wives is once again at the center of explosive revelations, and this time, Christine Brown is pulling no punches as she digs deeper into the truth behind her fallout with the Brown family. Fans thought they knew the story, but Christine's recent words expose layers of pain, conflict, and betrayal that never made it onto television. For years, Christine was seen as the peacemaker of the plural family, always smiling, always trying to hold things together when the cracks began to show. But behind that smile, Christine was hurting in ways that no one fully understood. Now, she admits that her fallout didn't happen overnight. It was years in the making, a slow unraveling of love, trust, and respect. One of the most shocking details Christine shares is how isolated she felt long before she decided to leave. She says that when Robin joined the family, everything changed. The balance shifted, and suddenly, Christine was no longer seen as an equal partner. She reveals that it wasn't just about Cody favoring Robin, it was about the way Robin positioned herself in the family dynamic. Christine explains that Robin often played the victim, making it seem like she needed extra attention, and Cody always gave in. Christine recalls moments where she would express frustration, only to have Cody defend Robin instead of hearing her out. Over time, she says this became unbearable. In her words, it wasn't just that Cody loved Robin more, it was that he dismissed the rest of us to make her feel secure. That realization hit Christine hard, and it fueled the resentment that grew between her and Robin. Fans have long speculated about the icy tension between Christine and Robin, but Christine now confirms it. She admits that their relationship was never truly close. While she tried to welcome Robin in the beginning, she quickly noticed how much of Cody's energy was funneled toward her. The favoritism wasn't hidden, it was blatant, and Christine says it made her feel invisible in her own marriage. But the fallout wasn't only with Robin. Christine's relationship with Meri also played a role. She reveals that Meri's distant and sometimes harsh demeanor made things worse when she was already feeling abandoned. Christine describes moments where she tried to confide in Meri, only to be met with coldness or indifference. I felt like I was living in a house full of strangers, she admits. No one seemed to care about how I was really doing. The turning point, according to Christine, came when Cody openly told her he no longer wanted intimacy with her. Fans remember this moment being shown on the series, but Christine now says the pain ran much deeper than what was captured on screen. For her, intimacy wasn't just about physical closeness, it was about validation and love. To have Cody withdraw that completely was, in her eyes, the ultimate rejection. That conversation marked the point of no return. Christine also opens up about how this rejection impacted her children. She didn't want them to grow up watching their mother be treated as an afterthought. She says it was heartbreaking to explain to them why things were falling apart, but ultimately, she knew she was making the right choice. Christine's biggest priority was showing her daughters that they didn't have to settle for less than they deserved in a relationship. What makes Christine's fallout even more powerful is the way she describes finding herself again after leaving. She admits that in the plural marriage, she lost her identity. Her life revolved around Cody's rules, his schedule, and his moods. Once she left, she says she finally felt free to live on her own terms. Fans have noticed how radiant and confident she looks now, and Christine says that's no coincidence, it's the result of finally stepping away from years of neglect. Her happiness today is also linked to her relationship with David Woolley. Christine gushes about how different her life is with him compared to her marriage with Cody. She says David makes her feel loved, respected, and prioritized. For the first time, she doesn't have to fight for attention. She doesn't have to share her partner or compete with other wives. In her words, with David, I finally know what it feels like to be someone's only choice. Christine also takes a moment to reflect on how the show shaped the narrative of her marriage. She points out that while Sister Wives showed some of the struggles, it often skipped over the most painful moments. Arguments, tears, and deep conversations were left out, which sometimes made viewers misunderstand what was really happening. Now, by speaking her truth directly, Christine feels she's finally reclaiming her story. As for her relationships with the family today, Christine is candid. She admits she's still close with Janelle. The two share a bond that has only grown stronger since both women distanced themselves from Cody. But when it comes to Meri and Robin, Christine says those ties are effectively broken. She no longer feels any obligation to keep those relationships alive. Christine's fallout has also reshaped the way fans view the Brown family as a whole. Many longtime viewers now see Cody and Robin as the villains of the story, while Christine emerges as the one who finally had the courage to walk away. Social media is flooded with praise for Christine's strength, with fans calling her an inspiration for anyone trapped in a toxic relationship. But Christine isn't just focused on the past, she's building a future that looks brighter every day. She talks about how much joy she feels planning new adventures, creating traditions with her children, and simply living life without the constant drama. In many ways, Christine's fallout with the Browns was the best thing that ever happened to her, because it pushed her to rediscover who she really is. The story of Christine's fallout is more than just reality TV drama. It's a powerful reminder of the importance of self-respect, courage, and the strength it takes to walk away from something that no longer serves you. Christine has proven that sometimes, the most painful endings lead to the most beautiful new beginnings. And for Sister Wives fans, Christine's revelations are a game-changer. They expose the truth about what really happened behind closed doors, and they cement her place as the heart of the story, the woman who refused to stay silent, even when it meant breaking free from everything she once knew. Christine Brown's fallout from the Brown family continues to dominate headlines, and the more she reveals, the more fans realize how much has been hidden behind the TLC cameras. For years, Christine played the role of the supportive wife, but now she is exposing the cracks, betrayals, and emotional wounds that led to her breaking point. What she's sharing isn't just reality TV drama, it's raw, personal truth that's shaking the Sister Wives fanbase. Christine begins by reflecting on her early years with Cody and the Sister Wives. At first, she believed in the dream of plural marriage. She thought the lifestyle would give her community, support, and a sense of belonging. She was convinced that being part of a large family meant she would never feel alone. But slowly, that dream unraveled. Christine confesses that what looked like unity on television often felt like competition behind closed doors. According to Christine, her fallout didn't begin with one